Spring has sprung.
Sure.
I don't know about you. I want to be outside.
Especially like a day like yesterday.
The last thing I want to be doing is taking orders from my family. Who wants this? Who wants that?
Yeah, because they don't tip well.
They don't tip at all.
Or at all.
Oh, okay.
How do we do that though?
The sheet pan. The sheet pan meal. Some veggies, a protein, a sheet pan, maybe some parchment, maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe not.
And then you have a meal.
Et voila. Enter these two. Washington Post food and editor Olga Massov and novelist Sanaë Lemoine teamed up for the cookbook. It's called Hot Sheets. They're going to help us create dishes for every meal of the day, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. They are joining us live now. Welcome to New York Living, and thank you for doing this.
Thank you for your service.
Yes,
because
truly.
This was a necessity.
A long time coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, this was great.
You.
Admittedly, when we were having our production meeting and our senior producer staff said, we're doing hot sheets. When you're a girl from the Bronx, the hot sheets take on a different meaning than the hot sheets you're
Care to elaborate?
You have some explaining to do. Where do we start? Where did this name come from?
Well, originally the name was going to be something else, and the name, Sanaë came up with the name.
The name actually came from a friend who's an editor of very serious nonfiction books at Bloomsbury, and one day we were brainstorming different titles because we had to change the title, and he just came up with it at a table full of editors.
Editors are very smart.
You know,
like
creativity strikes at any given
That's
moment.
right.
And then what was the impetus for creating this cookbook?
So the impetus came to me right at the onset of the pandemic. We were at the Post thinking about the way that we could cover Thanksgiving and the holidays in a way that was genuine and meaningful. Nobody was going anywhere, nobody was hosting anybody. I love to host a giant table full of friends and family, and I was feeling this deep sadness that it wasn't gonna happen. I really wanted it to happen. Nothing makes me happier than seeing people around the table. And so I suggested that we do sheet pan meals for Thanksgiving because in my case, it was just gonna be me and my husband and my son, and I wanted still to make it meaningful, maybe not make a giant spread like I normally do, but something that was genuine and delicious and festive and special. So I did a roasted duck recipe with some grapes and there were figs in it.
Very
the whole
casual.
thing. And you did it on a sheet pan.
I did it on a sheet pan.
Well, you know,
the entire meal.
I have a couple of questions following up because, I mean, you know, you have a couple of things here. We have, this is a lemon blueberry pancake. You have a chocolate cake, and we have a pizza. In my mind, I hear sheet pan, and I'm a participator in the sheet pan meal. I like in the open, I do a vegetable, I do a protein, and maybe some sort of like a sweet potato. I would have never thought to do a pancake or even a dessert.
Yeah.
So. I guess where did you come up with the ideas? I mean, what did you know going into it that what the content was going to be, or how do we craft all the recipes that were in here?
So I started thinking about, once we did the issue at the Post that was all sheet pan Thanksgiving issue, I started thinking, what else can I do on a sheet pan?
Let's put this thing to the test.
What can I do? And there's very little that I couldn't do. I mean,
Really?
you can't make soup with a sheet pan. So
I was going to say you can't do soup.
What did you say? You said a lot. It's anything with a lot of water content is a no for the sheet pan.
Not a ton.
Before we get to this recipe, are all sheet pans created equally?
No. Hard no.
We really love this one, which I brought from my kitchen. It's Nordic ware. It's sturdy, it's super light as well, but it won't warp in the oven at a high temperature. It's very affordable. I think you can get 2 of them for about $25.
Beautiful.
And it fits in your home oven.
It does all the things.
It does
can be the
everything.
workhorse.
I love it.
And it can endure all kinds of beating up. Like, you know, sometimes it gets aged and brown spots, and that's okay.
I know.
Mine did
It's
not.
loved. Now, what are we
amazing.
making today? A giant blueberry pancake?
We are, yeah. So this is, I mean, this is one of our favorites for breakfast or brunch.
Yes.
It would be great for Mother's Day.
Great.
Or, you know, any time that you're entertaining.
Or a random Wednesday.
Or a random Wednesday, or even dinner.
Yes.
Great. So what do you have?
So here it's just eggs and buttermilk, and I'm gonna ask you to add a little bit of vanilla in there.
Great.
Just like a dash.
Or a
and
lot.
Or a lot, yes, that's perfect.
That was a healthy dash.
Well,
it smells amazing.
while Alex is whisking, I have a question. So when you're going to put a sheet pan meal in the oven, do you preheat the sheet pan in the oven?
Sometimes.
It depends. Fine. That was
All
a trick
right.
question.
My next
And
order.
here, and the best thing about this sheet pan pancake is that you melt the butter that goes into this batter. We're not going to do it here because we don't have an oven. I don't know if you guys
They
see
have
this.
not. They've missed nothing.
You melt the butter in here, so you don't have to dirty another vessel
Beautiful.
to melt your butter.
Okay.
What's this? Our dry ingredients.
Your dry
we
ingredients.
combine them?
You combine them.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
That's cornmeal and flour, and the cornmeal is going to add this like lovely crunchy texture to the pancake, which will be kind of a little
It's okay for
surprising
lumps.
bite. Yeah, you
This
can
smells
just throw it
fantastic.
all in.
She's like,
You're
dump it
doing
in,
a-
don't
you're
be
doing a
delicate.
great job.
Thank you.
Yes.
And if you have a few lumps, that's fine. That's
Okay.
pancake batter. Don't
Yeah.
worry
While
about
she's
it.
whisking
That
her
looks
little
great.
heart out, what did you make here of sheet pan? What is this delightful
Yeah,
thing?
so this is a sheet pan layer cake, which is so easy to make and one of my go-tos for any kind of celebration, a birthday. It's a chocolate cake. The recipe is actually inspired by a recipe by the pastry chef of Little Egg in Brooklyn. Yes, Tanya Bush. And it's just the perfect richness,
It looks
light
delightful.
sweetness.
Before we
Yeah.
go, tell us about the event happening tonight.
So we are at McNally Jackson in South Street, Seaport.
great.
Hard to say in one.
South Street.
So it's
Seaport.
a
You're
mouthful.
right, you're
Yes.
right.
It's at
Tongue twister.
6:30.
Great.
And we're gonna do a little conversation. We're gonna do a book signing.
Excellent.
And there are gonna be some, I think, wine following.
Oh,
Yes,
There'll be
well,
one.
there'll be a party
Not on a
afterwards.
sheet pan. That will be in a glass.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us, for showing us all the fabulous things, and congrats on the book.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Please come back and visit us again. That smells excellent, by
I
the
know
way.
it does. I can't wait to
Holy
eat it.
smokes. Bye.